Go back to wherever the hell you came from.
I can't hear you over the barking
No,
dog.
this.
Come
Get
in.
out.
I couldn't hear you over the barking dog.
Joe,
I'm really lost, man.
No pet.
Joe, beware of your dog. Get him, Jerry, get him.
Good boy. Wolfen, good boy. Wolfen, come. Good boy.
Love him
Good boy. Go ahead, buddy. Good boy.
job.
Good boy. Wolfen actually has a pretty cool backstory. So who buys a dog on Craigslist? Let's be serious. So we wind up driving from Mayapack all the way to Long Island. It was like a good 2 hours to get there. To this lady's house. She runs a rescue like out of her own home. She had like 6 dogs maybe. I kid you not, a donkey and a horse. When we got there, she was outside. And my ex-girlfriend's like, yeah, we're taking him home. I'd like to say I'm smart enough to know what I got. Like I got a big dog and they're known for protection and this and that. So like, I wasn't afraid of him, but like I kept my distance with him a little bit because I'm like, you know, just God forbid he doesn't like me. It's over for me. Look at me. Come in. Sit. Sit. Leave it.
Sir, how are you? I'm good. Why is your dog so aggressive?
He's not aggressive. He's just worried.
He's just worried? Why? I'm a nice guy.
New people. He had his little moments. One time he got at the bed, one time he got at the couch. And I guess it was just, you know, pent up energy plus being in a new place. It took me for a while to figure out what kind of bedding he would like. I had bought, you know, just the standard dog bed, which he would eat in like 10 seconds. So I would sew him. His toy that he has in his mouth right now, Mr. Rabbit, has lost his head a couple times. I've learned how to sew that. But that definitely pushed me to want to get a dog trainer. But the biggest thing was he was definitely a puller when we walked. And I could handle it, you know, even though it's definitely uncomfortable trying to hold back an 85-pound dog. But the ex-girlfriend couldn't handle it. He was dragging her down the block. And, you know, for me, that meant I was going on 100% of the walks and she was going on 0. So it's like, all right, we got to get this guy a little more manageable.
Joe gave me a call. He had this new dog that he seemed to love but was having a lot of issues with. Wolfen's a beautiful dog. I'm surprised that he was able to find the dog on Craigslist.
Anyway, I wanted to see if you were interested in renovations.
I kind of like it the way it is.
You sure? I'm a contractor. I get you a good deal.
I'm a simple guy.
You're a simple guy?
Yeah.
You don't even have a roof on this place.
Good for tanning. Like he tells you what's going on, but he doesn't walk you through it, which is kind of good too, because you have that natural surprise. Like, good boy, Wolfen, come. Good boy, Wolfen, sit.
When he was first working with Wolfen, I saw he would get frustrated with him. Slowly, by taking his time, and he started getting little successes with Wolfen, you just saw the bond grow and grow with these two, where he started to enjoy Wolfen more and more.
You get a well-rounded dog if you take full advantage of the specialized dog training.
Good boy.
You just kind of get hooked on class. Like you see such a big difference. If you notice in class, very little, unless he needs to do an example or something, or you're really doing something wrong, will Mike be hands-on with the dog. He's always showing you how to do it.
Good boy.
Good boy, come.
Good job.
Stay. Stay. Me personally, I've always learned doing hands-on. I can read a book 20 times and not know what the hell they're talking about, but then it's like, you do it and you're like, all right, I got it.
Good boy. How happy he is. You look like a puppy.
Canine 1 specialized dog training is different for a lot of reasons, to be honest. I mean, the biggest one, like a night and day difference, just for example, before I found Mike, I had called a dog trainer and it was like $120 or something to come here for an hour, and they mostly just talk your ear off. Recommended a prong collar, and I feel like they didn't help me. They didn't really address my needs.
Nice and easy, just be very technical. Right now, just say his name and sit. If he doesn't sit, use the tag, nice and easy. Sit. Good, sit. Now praise him. Now don't worry about the barking, as long as he's sitting. He's gonna learn when he stays sitting, he's gonna then get the bite. Good. You can blow, Good, now. Good boy. Good. Come up and pet him now. Come up and pet him. There you go. Good. Good. Give it to him, John. Hold him good, Joe. Good. That was good. We're just teaching him to get to what he wants, he has to come through you. And that's going to make it so we don't have to muscle him around in the protection training. Good. Good boy. Give him a break. That was excellent. Good job. Love him up. He's strong. He's strong.
Anybody could pretty much take your dog, go to a boot camp, or they have the overnight things where they take the dog for a week, comes back a whole new dog. It's like, all right, great. So Bob and Jane could teach my dog everything, but now how does Joe handle Wolfen, With Mike is like, he addresses your needs, but he also lets you learn. Besides just teaching the dog, I learned the steps I need to take to get him to be a better dog, to be well behaved, stay out of trouble. Mike offers several different things with Canine One. So we did obedience class, which you have to do first, the scent work, which was something fun to do. We did the protection work. So it's like, there's a little bit of everything.
It is in Wolfen's genetics to do protection training. So if he did not learn how to control it, it could potentially cause problems down the road with a dog as powerful as Wolfen.
But we want to mix in the control versus being aggressive. I'm going to do nothing but just prevent him from jumping the gun.
In this particular scenario, the only thing that Joe knew is he was going to walk into this scenario and he had to find a woman named Danielle and escort her out. During the process, he was going to encounter some people that were going to be aggressive and some people that were not aggressive. And he had to communicate with these people and Wolfen at the same time to navigate this labyrinth, basically.
He basically said we were going to go in and interact with all these people. In the beginning, it's just keeping the dog under control while you interact with somebody. The dog has to recognize when that person's a threat. Like, you don't want him just biting everyone you go to shake hands with.
Good. This will be on you, Jerry. There we go. Good. Good boy. Pet him up. Good.
I know what Wolfen knows. I know how he knows it. I know how to say it.
Good. Now talk. Don't be too aggressive. You go in there and talk to both of them.
Gotta go back out that way. Nothing this way, pal.
On this one, John, you could attack him.
All right, definitely nobody,
There we go. Good. Good. Love him up. Love him up. Good. 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 So you just sit in the chair now and be non-aggressive.
Down. Boy.
Good. Very
Go
good.
back to where the hell you came from.
I can't hear you over the barking
No,
dog.
this-
Come in. Get out. I couldn't hear you over the barking dog.
Joe. Joe, beware of your dog. Good. Now you can, this is all you. You're solo, all right?
Boy.
Good. Have him sit.
Boy. Wolfen sit.
Love him up.
Boy.
I chose to do the rescue scenario with Joe and Wolfen because I thought it would be good for Joe at that stage in the training to see how close he was to being able to control Wolfen in these sort of complex scenarios. And he's right there at this point.
It's kind of amazing, I guess, to look back at it and say, like, wow, he was able to realize Dad's just talking to this person versus, all right, this guy's going after Dad.
His fight was good. We just have to work on his control. We got to get him to the point where he doesn't need the safety net with me in the back. But that was his first time doing anything like that, so I'm very happy.
You got to, like, work together, and it's like a fine balance of him trusting you and you trusting him. And it's like, I'm at the point where I see things before he does. Like, I'll see a squirrel coming up and I'm like, I know he's going to see it in the next couple seconds. This is something Mike teaches a lot, like situational awareness. So I'll see the squirrel, so right away, before he has a chance to do something bad, it'll be like Wolfen heel, and he'll be at my side. Wolfen, heel. You gotta be good, buddy. It's like around the house, I don't have him with the leash. he'll be outside, and across the street from me, there's no houses, it's just all land. So he'll see a squirrel, he'll take off. Wolfen, sit. Boy. He's afraid to drive by. Come here. Good boy, heel. Good boy. I'll be like, Wolfen, come. And he'll come back. And this is with no collar, nothing, just totally loose. And he listens.
Yeah, because he learns he's coming not just because of punishment. He comes because he learned you praise him, you love him, and that you generally have his best interests in mind. A lot of times you're going to let him go and have fun regardless. So
Yeah.
it's good. That's when the training starts coming together. Doing a good job, Joe. Proud of you. Keep up the good work.
I try. He tries.
Wolfen, I truly believe, helped him to get through something very difficult for him like that, where he was building this whole life and moved out of the city and got this and had this home, and then his girlfriend of 5 years left. I don't know what he would have done without Wolfen.
Me and my ex-girlfriend had picked him out. We were together for 5 years. So when she split, it was just me and Wolfen. And I don't know what I would have done if he wasn't around. You know, like, I grew up in the Bronx. I moved up here pretty much just with her. So it's like now I'm in this neighborhood where I don't know a ton of people. All my friends are still down there. So it really was at a point just me and him. And he's not much of a cuddler, but, you know, he always puts a smile on my face.
What Wolfen does for Joe is the same thing that dogs do for a lot of people that come back from war, that are suffering from depression. It gives them a reason to go on. It gets them out of bed in the morning. It gets them out of the house. It gets people to come up to them and say, wow, that's a beautiful dog. That's a well-trained dog. And it just gets people to open their mouth and talk and become part of society again. They do great things for us.
So he's been there when it matters. He's irreplaceable.
Relationships may come and go for this guy, but Wolfen's there.
You know, what do you do in the house by yourself all day after you're used to being with somebody for 5 years? And like, you know, without him here, what am I really doing? Even on the bad days, it's like, all right, I have to walk the dog 3 times a day. I have to feed the dog twice a day. It's like, he's giving me something to do, you know? If not, I might have been sitting in there crying in my pillow or something. It's like, well, I can't. I have to do such and such with Wolfen. It's like, he keeps you going.
Someone gave up on Wolfen in the past, and Joe rescued him, gave him what he needed, and gave him his second chance. Maybe in a way, Wolfen will help Joe with his second chance.